Hey guys, what is up and welcome back to my channel. So today, Shane Dawson released his The Beautiful World of Jeffree Star video, so we're going to go ahead and discuss that video as well as some hidden tea that is in the video. If you've watched Shane's past series, you know that some of his edits can be a little overdramatic, and this too does have some of that. It's not nearly as bad as it has been in the other ones, but there are definitely some of those dramatic edits in here. One thing that I noticed right off the bat in the beginning of this series was that he talked about his fear of flying, which is a huge justifiable thing. I have a giant fear of flying. I absolutely hate it. I was literally supposed to go to a work thing a week ago, and instead of flying, I told them that I would be driving. The reason that I'm bringing this up is because back when there was all those issues with the Boeing 737 MAX jets crashing, Shane tweeted out about all of those jets and that, to make sure that you're aware of what jet you're taking. And that sparked a lot of fear in people, and he got a lot of backlash for that. And in this video, he really kind of goes back into that again. He doesn't mention those MAX 737 jets, but he brings up the fact that smaller planes crash more often than larger planes and all that, and he showed all of these plane crash footage from movies, and it was a little bit over the top, and I think that he's going to definitely get some backlash because of that again. And I understand that he does have this huge fear of flying, but I don't think that he needed to make it as dramatic as he actually made it.
I'm freaking out, and I know you kind of are too because we both have a fear of flying. If you Google private jet plane accidents, it's crazy. It happens more often than normal planes.
Yeah.
Because they're small, and then you have big people on them, and then they crash. That's why you're not invited, because you're too big.
Like I said, I understand his fear of flying because I have it too, but it just really seems like it was really overdramatic and didn't need to be that way. He could have just talked about his fear of flying. He didn't have to include all those excess footage of the plane crashes and all that stuff. He then goes on to talk about how he feels uncomfortable around the whole beauty community, since the beauty community is very beauty oriented, and that he feels like he doesn't fit in because he feels that he's overweight, that he doesn't look pretty enough. And I can understand where he's coming from. Everybody has insecurities about themselves, and in a community such as the beauty community where everything is focused on your appearance, I totally understand where he is coming from.
I'm actually very, very scared. The world of beauty is something that gives me anxiety because it's very much like look oriented, and I am very much don't look at me oriented. So I'm scared. I'm scared that people are gonna think oh, Shane's ugly, Shane's fat, Shane's whatever.
It really shows that no matter how big of a star that you are, that you can have insecurities. And I like the fact that Shane does address that he has these insecurities. Sometimes I do feel like he goes a little bit overboard. I did cut out some of that clip there that he just kept talking about it, but the fact that he does bring awareness to it, I think that it does help other people. So I'm happy that he does address it and let people know that it is okay to be insecure with yourself, but you just have to make sure that you can focus on that and don't let that drive you to a dark place to do something that you're going to regret. But just make sure that you are aware of your insecurities and try to figure out a way that you can help yourself through them. He then goes a little bit into talking about his finances and how he keeps getting comments from people complaining about how he keeps saying that he's poor, stuff like that. And we all know that Shane Dawson is definitely not poor. He is well off more than most of us. I mean, is he as rich as Jeffree Star? Absolutely not, but he is making a decent amount of money, and he even says that he's just never been good with money. And sometimes it takes a while to be able to understand your finances and how to handle them. So I can understand where he says that he's poor all the time and he doesn't really understand why people get mad about it. But I can see both sides to the story. Unless you know what his actual finances are, you really don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
I just have never been that smart with investing money, or I've never been a smart business person.
He then goes on to say that he feels that hanging out with Jeffree is like hanging out with the mob boss.
I feel like I'm with the mob boss. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Which I like. It's I feel safe. But I also am what does that mean? It's like the mafia.
Why?
I don't know. That's another thing I want to know. It's crazy. We're all wearing his name. We all have his name on us. Did you think about that? We all are branded. It's like a gang.
Now, this to me seems like another one of those classic Shane Dawson overdramatic edits. I don't really feel like, it's a gang. It's you're supporting your friend. You're wearing their merchandise to support them. And these are also people that he's all paying. So why would he not want them to be wearing his merchandise when they're going to an event that he is going to be at? Again, I think it's just one of those overdramatic edits that he didn't really need to have, but that's just my opinion. And then that takes us to the part of the video where everybody is speculating about who Jeffree Star is referring to when Lipstick Nick gets a phone call from somebody named Cutie Cameron on her phone. Shane Dawson thinks that it's Cameron Dallas, and then Jeffree Star says that somebody tried to blank him, and he beeped out the name of the person, so we don't know who he's actually talking about, but here's the clip of that.
Cameron's here.
Who?
Cameron.
Cameron Dallas?
Hey, baby.
Ew, stop. Try to fuck him. I think Cameron.
Do you want to come hang out?
I said no, I
in
can't
the room?
remember. Oh well, can't relate.
Yeah,
1101. T.
So obviously when this part of the video came up, everybody's like, oh my god, who could it be? We need to figure out who this is. And I have a potential alleged conspiracy of who it can be. That, of course, is the one and only Mr. I Love Lusting After Straight Men, James Charles. And as soon as I logged onto Twitter, of course, there were already screenshots circulating of comments that James Charles has left on Cameron's Twitter. So this is the screenshot that Call Me By My Name Angelo posted. It has Cameron Dallas saying the F word, and then James Charles commenting back with the word me. And when you look at it, it says the date is 10/1/19. I reached out to Angelo and he is in Europe. And so that actual date is January 10th of 2019, not October 1st of 2019. So I did a little bit of searching myself and I was able to capture the actual screenshot of this post. And I also did a screen recording so you can see me clicking on Cameron's name and clicking on James's name to show that it is also still there as of right now. So then that brings us back to the text message that Jeffree Star sent to James Charles that James read in his No More Lies video. That lets us know who potentially this Cameron person is. The text message was, Grayson is going on camera shortly to finally tell the world how you tried to him in his sleep and made him feel uncomfortable for months, you sick. Next, Zach will be going on camera to tell how twisted and sick you were, trying to get him to like you and then make him feel bad when he didn't want to send you photos back. Then Sam from Seattle will be joining me and Cameron to talk about you trapping him in a hotel room. You need to be locked in prison for a very long time. You need the internet taken away from you. You are a danger to society. So now everyone is speculating allegedly that the person that Jeffree Star was referring to was Cameron that was calling Lipstick Nick, and Shane's assuming that it was Cameron Dallas. So that is where everyone's getting that information from. Overall, it seems that the comments left on their pages have been in positive light. There have been some negative comments left as well, but here is what everyone is saying about the first episode of the series. I hear from no one all day. Now that I'm trying to watch this video, I'm being pestered. Also, it's a snooze fest so far. Just finished watching Shane's video. Yeah, that fast. It was easy to do because I could skip the boring parts. If I can watch it in 25 minutes, that's how boring it was. So my fave part of the @Shane Dawson @Jeffree Star series is the girl falling and them slowing the edit down, LOL. It's a 9-part series. To expect all the tea in episode 1 is crazy. I think it was a great intro with a lot of very clever hidden teasers and shade. 2 minutes in and you already brought in Lipstick Gate. I'm so excited, chills are running down my spine. I waited so long for this series, Shane. Halfway through, and I gotta say, the editing is amazing. Best you guys have ever done. Absolutely loving this so far. Loved it. Your friendship is so amazing. Also, I'm super intrigued with the business side of things on the following episode. I just finished watching it. I love seeing you and Shane together. When you talked about friendships ending being like a breakup, I felt that in my soul. Alright, so now it's time for my favorite part of the video that nobody asked for, and that is my opinion. I can see where everyone's coming at, like, it was a little bit boring to begin with, but we knew before this was getting released that it was a 9-part series. And the fact that this one is an hour long, I'm going to assume that all of them are an hour long. And so that's 9 hours. That is a lot of content from one person and just him and Andrew editing it. So I can see both sides that it's a little bit boring, but you can't expect all of the drama to be out in episode 1, like I read in that tweet earlier. This is at the beginning of the year before all of this other drama really happened. And so that's not going to come until later in the series. I'm thinking episode like 6, 7, maybe even 8. Like that just, well, maybe 6. I mean, it happened a few months ago, so it could have been right in the middle of their filming, but that's not going to happen for a while. I feel like even in this first episode, they did spill a lot of information, and this is just the beginning of the series. So as each episode progresses, I'm going to assume that there's going to be more and more drama involved. And once we hit Dramageddon 2.0, then everything is just going to explode if Jeffree releases some of his receipts in the video, which I know everyone is hoping for, so we can get the full story from all sides. But until that happens, we will just have to wait until it comes out. Overall, I do think that it was a very good first episode. Like I said in the beginning, I do feel like he did go a little bit dramatic, but he knows that he does that sometimes overboard. So we'll have to see as the series progresses if he tones that back a little bit. But that's what I think about everything. I would love to know what you guys think down in the comments below. Please let me know what you think about all the tea. Do you think that it is James Charles that Jeffree is referring to? Also, if you liked my video, please make sure you go ahead and hit that like button. Also, hit that subscribe button and the bell icon to turn all of your notifications to on. That way, every time I upload a new video, you will be notified, because I plan on making a video for each part of the series as it comes out. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!